So we're out for a wander in St Andrews today. This is St Andrews Castle. The legend relates that in the 4th century in Greece, some real guardian of sacred bones of St Andrew was warned by an angel that the Roman Emperor's soldiers are approaching. To prevent the relics being taken to Constantinople, he flees from Greece. After a troubled voyage, he runs aground here on the Fife coast. St Wilfrid sails from Rome with the relics of St Andrews. He takes them to Hexham in northern England, where as a bishop, about 750 AD, a successor bishop, Acca, carries them to Kindermund, the place now called St Andrews. The story of the relics is clouded by myth, but the tale of Wilfrid and Acca may well be based on truth. Cross-sized slab, possibly carved as a memorial to a member of the early community at Kindermund in the 10th century. Taper carved stone. It's not known what the two figures represent, but it's been suggested that they depict the raising of Lazarus. Wow. Taper block carved with a decorative key pattern that may have been slotted into the stone above the grave of a member of the community. During the 10th and 11th centuries, and Church Scotland seems to have fallen out of step with the mainstream developments. Probably shouldn't read everything out. Born in the George Wishart. On the 1st of March 1546, in front of the castle walls, Protestant preacher George Wishart was burned for heresy. The behest of Cardinal David Beaton, Archbishop of St Andrews. By this act, the Cardinal, an extremely powerful figure in Scotland, hoped to counter the religious and political threat posed to his authority by the growing number of reformers. Beaton's murder. On hearing the commotion outside, Cardinal Beaton looked anxiously out of his chamber window. To realising that the castle had been overrun, he hid his gold while a servant barricaded the doors against the oncoming attackers. When the conspirators threatened to burn their way, the door was opened, despite pleading for his life, Beaton was slain. Where his body was displayed from the artillery blockhouses had been built by the Archbishop James Beaton. Earl of Arran could do very little. At first he recaptured the castle because his son was inside. After months of stalemate, An armistice was agreed December 1546. The following April, John Knox, which a Protestant leader, was able to join those under siege. The peace lasted. Knox was given freedom to preach in the parish church. St Andrews, in 1546, a French fleet arrived to support the regent. A massive artillery onslaught. The mine and the countermine. The Reformation of St Andrews. For several years of travel, John Knox returned to St Andrews in June during the political religious upheavals in the Scottish Reformation. Protestants like Knox, who wished to abolish papal authority and reform the church, received backing from powerful groups opposed. Kind of hard to talk over this fella. For a century in neglect, by the end of the 17th century, the cathedral had been reduced to much the same decay condition as we see today. The main use of the precinct came to be as a burial ground containing many elaborately carved symbolic memorial stones. Historic monuments. The Westport Gate was one of three main entrances to the borough, which provided a measure of defence and which tolls were collected. One of several monuments considered of historical interest and significance in St Andrews, maintained by Historic Scotland. The ancient borough. St Andrews was first recognised as an ecclesiastical borough in the 12th century, initially developed in the shadow of a powerful patron, the Baron. Situation on the east coast favoured expansion, trading port. Its wealthy status, the merchants explored mostly wools and hides, foreign goods. I seem to have lost my nephews and my brother. As you can see though, it's a nice sunny day to be wandering about historic sites. So yeah, we learned some interesting history about St Andrews. Never actually been in this castle before. I walked past it plenty of times. This passage, the original entrance to the castle was through the tower at the centre. Oh, here's George coming. You've been in here, Georgie?
No.
Is it scary? You going to go in?
Come out.
Yeah, I'm coming. But I'm going to have a look in here. You want to have a look in here?
Yes.
Too dark. Mine excavated during the siege.
Finish there.
There's Georgie.
Okay. Beep. Shot.
Hello. See, I'm coming out. Shots into the hole there. Story appears to have served as a water gate. Steps may have led down to a jetty. This is a storeroom. See, vaulted cellars. Hey, Georgie.
You want to see this one over here, George?
No, I said.
You're scared.
I said.
You go with me, because Grandpa's scared.
So this area is the main courtyard. I'll try and get some photographs for the tower, I guess. That should be enough. It's the curve over the blockhouse days added in the early 16th century incorporates part of the shot hole, showing that it was intended to be defence, even if the rest of the castle had been taken. Quick look out in the courtyard before we go up. Gate tower. The lower level, we've seen traces of the gateway built by Bishop Walter Trail, 1385 to 1401. And above is one of the slots for the beams from which the drawbridge was suspended. The gateway in this tower was walled up 16th century, and its chambers probably became part of the Archbishop's apartment. Pretty good place for getting a photograph of the courtyard.